Every so often, there is a moment in time that has the potential to change everything. This is one of those moments. You just simply replace I can't with how can I. It's not your fault when unfair circumstances knock you down. But it's always your responsibility to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move yourself forward. If you're going to think like MacGyver, if you're going to switch from I can't to how can I, say yes, yes? Okay, now it's time to get to work. When I say strategy, what we're really talking about is two things. We're talking about keeping the momentum after the excitement is faded. After you're done watching the video, or the person speaking, or the new car smell is faded, or the crowd has dispersed and it's just you and your thoughts. The unseen hours, when it's time to do the work, but there's no one there to cheer you on. So this is how to keep that momentum when that's going on. That's number one. And number two, the thing we're going to talk about is recovery. Life happens. Everyone in here has had a hardship. You've had loss, you've had heartbreak, you've had these unforeseen accidents, you've had just random things that happen, and it creates an emotional emergency that is a productivity killer. So we're going to talk about how to make sure we turn that negative energy into an action plan so you can keep going. So these are strategies to help you keep going. Because if you don't keep going, then you're not going to be unstoppable. So the first thing you do to keep momentum, this is the biggest piece, is real accountability. Not that nonsense accountability, real accountability. And there's three main ways to create real accountability in your life. Now, way number one is the join me tactic. I'll tell you later why my wife decided to run her first half marathon, but she made the decision. She said, I'm going to run my first half marathon. She had never ran anything close to a half marathon. And she said, I'm doing it. So she signed up. It was 2 months in the future. She signed up, but when she signed up, she went online. She went to Facebook and she made a post and said, I'm signing up for a half marathon. Please join me. I want you to join with me. Do it. She had 6 people sign up to join with her. 4 of them flew out of state to meet us to join and run this race with her. So on those days where she didn't feel like lacing up her shoes and doing a mile run, she'd get a text. Hey, what's going on? Just finished a 6-mile run. How's your training going? Fuck, lace them up. On those days it's raining and I don't want to run, it's raining. Or days is this, I don't do these other things. Somebody says, hey, are you guys doing some treadmill work when the weather's bad? Fuck, go get it in. There's no excuse. So join me is a great tactic because it's easy to let yourself down. It's easy to let yourself down. It's sometimes, most of the time, it's harder to let other people down than it is to let yourself down. So you can put some pressure on yourself by creating the join me tactic. And that can pretty much work with anything. Now, that may not be your flavor. It may not be your style. There's another thing you can do. And this one is the bounty. Now, this typically works with negative things that you want to stop doing. A couple of years ago, my dad, he's a restaurateur and he has a barbecue restaurant. And so one of his barbecue restaurant, pretty successful, 14 employees. And I go visit my dad and I notice something. And he's drinking a whole bunch of lemonade. And when I say a whole bunch of lemonade, I'm talking about lemonade all day long. It's a problem. There's too much sugar in lemonade. It's not good for your health. And I said, Dad, you got to stop drinking this lemonade. I know, son. I know. So we talked about it. I come back. He's still drinking the damn lemonade. Dad, what'd I say about the lemonade, man? You got to stop drinking the lemonade. I know. I'm going to stop drinking lemonade. Takes his lemonade, pours it out. See, son? I ain't drinking no. Okay. Pours lemonade out. I'm like, cool. Okay. He poured a cup out. I go to the bathroom. Then I get on the phone call. I glance at he got the lemonade cup filled back up. I said, okay, we got to do something different. So I called a meeting with all of his employees, 14 employees. And I said, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're on a mission to help Roger stop drinking lemonade. So if you see Mr. Roger drinking lemonade, all you got to do is take a picture, send me proof, and I'll make sure you get $50 added to your paycheck. Everybody's eyes lit up. And from that point forward, he'd come to work and, hey, Mr. Roger, you want some lemonade? Hey, you thirsty? You need some lemonade? And it just switched just like that. Now, his desire not to add $50 to all of his employees' paychecks was stronger than his desire to drink that lemonade. So that's that real accountability, a bounty. Another tactic, so maybe you don't want to do the bounty. Maybe bounty doesn't work for you, right? There's another thing you can do. You can do the join me, you can do the bounty, or Or you can hold your commitments in escrow. Hold your commitments in escrow. Here's how this works. I had a buddy of mine, Kyle. Now, Kyle wanted to get in better shape, and he said, look, man, I want to get in better shape. I want to start with something small. So we came up with a plan, and we said, we're going to do push-ups. Kyle, you got to do push-ups every single day, without fail, no excuses. I don't care if it's a funeral, a wedding, you're feeling sick, you had a bad day, it doesn't matter. If your arms work, do push-ups, send it to me. But there's a twist. He took $500 and sent it, put it in escrow. So now I'm the arbiter of his money. So he does the push-ups, he gets a little money back. He doesn't do the push-ups, I keep the money. And the last thing we had to do was tell his wife. So he told his wife, hey, I just sent John $500 and I've got to do these push-ups every day. And if I don't do these push-ups every day, then I got to pay him $50. So if you miss 10 days, and this is a year program, if you miss 10 days, that's it. So when you have that day where you don't feel like dropping down and doing some push-ups, you say, well, is it worth $50? And then you drop down and do it. The most special day of this whole thing was a day that Kyle sent me a video of him doing his push-ups, but he was at the hospital. You see, his wife was pregnant. She was in labor. She was on the table in between contractions. I kid you. He said, John, she's doing good. She's just starting to dilate. It's all doing good. And she says, do your push-ups. I can hear in the background, do your push-ups. He does his push-ups and sends me the video. That was her saying it, in between contractions, saying, do your push-ups. Because she didn't want to spend that $50, even in labor. So you can use those things, if you'd like, to hold yourself accountable. So when you put something out there, you put it out to the world, it makes it harder for you to back out. Because you know what happens, you make a decision, and then Zertog starts chiming in and saying, that's probably not, you probably shouldn't do that. It's probably too much. You probably need to dial that back. Go ahead and just not do it. Just stop doing it. Take your shoes off, get back in bed. It's raining, get back in bed. You shouldn't have scheduled that talk. Don't do it. Cancel it. It's done. Accountability. Real accountability.